What's going on, everyone? It's me, your boy RMT Triple OG, and I'm back with another RMT podcast. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. And if you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. It's free and it'll majorly help me out. Think of it like a good deed, if you will. Anyways, so in my last video, I was playing Deceit 2. So for my first two RMT podcasts, I was playing Deceit 2, so I thought I would switch it up. Today I'm playing Need for Speed Rivals. I'm level 0. I have played this game before, I promise you, back on my main account, and I lost all my progress, obviously, when my account got banned, and I needed to switch over to my new account. So now I'm kind of playing the tutorial, but I will be commentating and trying to talk over the voices in the tutorial and everything. Anyways, so my last RMT podcast, I talked about like religious objects like that are tied to Christianity. Oh, I already know all this. Okay, so my last RMT podcast. I wish I could skip these. So my last RMT podcast, I talked about these objects that were a part of Christianity lore, but they weren't part of the Bible. So they were the Spear of Destiny, some special blood, I don't know what it's called, or who it belonged to, and then a painting of the Virgin Mary that belonged to this guy, that this guy painted after he had a vision of the Bloody Mary. I mean, not the Bloody Mary, the Virgin Mary. Wait, how do I boost again? By the way, there's a reason I've never played racing games. I'm bad at racing games. But how do I boost? Isn't it B? Oh, this is gonna be not fun for me to make. You guys are probably gonna love this, watching me fail. Anyways, we're not here to watch me fail at this game. We're here to talk about religion, mythology, and theology. So in my last two RMT podcasts, I've been talking about Christianity. This is the third RMT podcast, by the way. I've been talking about Christianity. I think I'm gonna change it up for this RMT podcast and talk about what should I talk about? Greek, pagan, or Roman? I mean, not Roman. I mean, I guess I could talk about Roman or Norse. That's what it's called. Norse mythology. Okay, well, I can't get out of I can't get out of here if I'm stuck watching a video, am I? Can I? Anyways, actually, I guess I could talk about Roman mythology, but there's not that much to talk about, because as far as I could tell, I didn't do too much research on it, because when I researched it for the first time, it was oh, it's A, that's the boost. It was kind of surprising and not really that interesting to me, Roman mythology. But from what I can tell, Roman mythology, yes, it has multiple gods like Norse and Greek and pagan mythology. But they just kind of, I could be wrong, because like I said, I didn't do too much research on it. But from what I could tell, the Roman mythology, they basically stole their gods from they basically stole gods from other religions. Like, their gods are just gods from like other religions and mythologies, just with a different name. So okay, I wasn't even paying attention. So I'm not gonna talk about Roman mythology, not this podcast. Actually, there is something I would like to mention that's about Christianity. The Anunnaki. So it's weird because the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki, I'm not sure which religion or mythology they're from, but the Anunnaki, the Anunnaki, it's a set of like ancient gods. Like I said, I'm not sure which religion or mythology it's from, but the Anunnaki, it's a set of ancient gods. And it's weird because, okay, obviously if you don't know, the angels, they're divided up into classes. Not just angel and archangel. They're divided up into like subclasses or whatever you want to call them. There's the seraphim, and I honestly don't really know any other classes because I mostly do research on the seraphim. I've done most of my research about the angel classes on the seraphim. So there's the seraphim. Anyways, it's not the seraphim, but there's this the Anunnaki. They resemble angels from one of the classes of angels. Like the physical description of the Anunnaki resemble one of the physical descriptions of one of the angel classes. Resembles the physical description of one of the classes of angels. I'm not sure which class it is. I know it's not the seraphim though, because the Anunnaki supposedly have 2 wings and the seraphim have 6 wings. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I actually have this theory. Now there is evidence there is circumstantial evidence to support my theory, but then there's like evidence that, unless it was interpreted wrong, basically says that my theory, basically suggests that my theory is kind of wrong. Okay, so my theory is, okay, and if you're a Christian, please don't get mad at me because I'm a Christian too. Complete a head-to-head. Because I'm a Christian too. Like I said, this is just a theory, so you don't need. So please don't get mad at me or anything. And hopefully, what I'm about to say, is not considered blasphemy. So my theory is that all religions and all mythologies, they're all real, but the gods from other religions and mythologies, they're not actually gods. What if they're just angels? And people just assume they were gods because they were really powerful. I mean, and one of the thing that supports this is the Anunnaki, because remember they look like some of the angels, even though they were the Anunnaki, the race of ancient gods resembled certain types of angels, but that's a piece of evidence that supports it. But then a piece of evidence that basically says that my theory could be wrong is, so this actually is Greek mythology. It was a war. It goes by many names. It goes by Battle of the Titans, Battle of the Gods, the Titan War, and I think there's another one that I forgot. I think the other name is Battle of the Gods. So basically, in Greek mythology, there was two sets of gods. There were the Olympians and the Titans. The Titans were the gods before the Olympian gods. So they were basically the gods before the god. So they were basically the gods before the gods, the proto gods, as Sam Winchester calls them. Now, the war comes in when the Olympian gods were the offspring of the Titans. The Olympians were the offspring of the Titans, so they were the Titans' kids. And the war comes in when, I don't know what happened, but at some point someone got unhappy or something, I would have to assume. And the Olympians were like, no, you've been ruling humanity and blah blah blah, so now we want to rule humanity or something like that. I don't know. They fought for control and rule over Earth. That's all I know. Well, not just Earth, over everything. They fought for control over everything. The Olympians versus the Titans. So these people have basically fought their parents. But this ties back to Christianity, and it doesn't disprove my theory, but it does suggest that it's wrong because, like I said, it's supernatural. we're never going to be able to fully understand all of it. Anyways, Near's tied out. Something that suggests. Okay, so the Olympians. So they went to war. I can't remember. I always forget this part. The war was either 100 years or 10 years. It was either 10 years or 100 years. But the reason why this is interesting is because the Olympians won. So basically, the kids won. The ones that came after the Titans won. And this kind of suggests that my theory is false, because about how all religions and mythologies are the same one is because when Satan rebelled and he turned 1/3 of the angels against God, he actually lost the rebellion, and so obviously they became Satan and the demons. Well, Satan became Satan and the demons became demons. But the reason why this is interesting is because if all the religions and mythologies were the same, then that means that in the Titan War, either the Olympians would have had to have lost, either the Olympians would have had to have lost and the Titans would have had to have won, or Christianity, which and Christianity, so that was one thing. The Titans would have had to have won, but in Christianity, or the other theory, or the alternative is in Christianity, Satan would have had to have won the rebellion, and God and the army of angels would have had to have lost. Oh great! I have to play the cop training now. I'm probably just gonna cut all this part out. Okay, now that I'm back, let's go. So yeah, like I said, there's evidence to support my theory, but then there's also evidence to say that my theory is not true, about how all religions are the same religion. All religions and mythology are the same religion, mythology. Obviously, if that theory is true, obviously, if that theory does end up being true, well, it is true, I'm gonna obviously say that all of them are basically different variations of Christianity. But depending on which religion or mythology you believe, you're gonna say that all the religions and mythologies out there are different variations of whatever mythology or religion that you believe. Oh, looks like I'm about to try to bust a racer. Oh wait, maybe I'm not busting a racer. Oh, plus 5 seconds. Well, 0.5 seconds. Like I said, I wasn't gonna make this podcast a Christianity episode, but now I am. I guess I could talk about that since I've already made it about Christianity. So obviously, like I said, the angels, they're divided up into different classes, other than just archangel and angel. Now, it's weird because archangels were described as the most powerful angels to exist. But it's weird because I still I still think that they are, but according to like all the lore I've been reading, the seraphim, they're more powerful than the archangels, and it's weird because the seraphim is supposedly the most powerful angel to exist, but so is the archangel. So I always thought that it was like one of those things where, like, it's divided up into subclasses. Like in the class of archangels, you have a seraphim, and then you have the other kinds of angels and stuff. But it's not like that. Well, I mean, I like to think it is, and I still believe it is. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it's like that, but some other people believe differently. So this is probably going to be challenging. Anyways, the seraphim, like, I'm probably going to talk mostly about seraphim instead of the other classes of angels, because they're the only ones I know anything about, besides archangels and angels, which I believe, like I said, the seraphim and the other classes of angels are just the subclasses of archangels and angels, but other people apparently have different beliefs than that. So the seraphim, one thing to note before I start talking about angels is angels, yes, they have been known to look like humans, but that's not their true form. Angels have been known to look like humans, but that's not their true form. Their true form is, honestly, it's like probably one of the last things you would expect. Why is this so difficult? So the seraphim, angels. Oh wait, hold on. Before I get started, sorry. The seraphim can make themselves look like, angels can make themselves look like human anytime they want. That's why in most human interactions, besides the Book of Enoch, that's why in pretty much every single time someone talks about seeing an angel in the Bible, besides the Book of Enoch, they describe the angel as human. Because if the Book of Enoch is true, then Enoch is pretty much one of the only people to have ever seen them in their actual true form. And I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. There could be other books from the Bible that talk about an angel's true form. I'm just not sure what they are. And the book of, I don't even know why I'm talking. The Book of Enoch is not even considered part of the Bible. So, anyways, the seraphim, they have 6 wings, a total of 6 wings, and the most powerful angel, type of angel to exist. Wait, hold on. Command post. Oh, I gotta turn around. So the seraphim, the most powerful type of angel to exist. The seraphims, they're so powerful that you can't look at them, otherwise they'll kill you. Because their righteousness and fury and holiness and stuff like that is so powerful that it will incinerate you alive in like a second just by looking at them with your bare eyes. Well, just by looking at their face with your bare just by looking at their head with your bare eyes. So the seraphim, they have 6 wings, like I said. The wings. So 2 wings are to cover their feet. I'm not really sure why. 2 wings are to actually cover their head and their face, so you can look at them without dying instantly. And then 2 wings are to fly with. And like I said, they're supposedly the most powerful angel to exist. I think that every seraphim to exist, or most of them are archangels. But like I said, but that's just my belief. Like I said, sorry. I'm like struggling to talk right now. Like I said, in other versions and other people might believe something different. Like the archangels and the seraphim are like just 2 completely different classes of angels. And obviously I think that Michael is a seraphim. I mean, yes, he is an archangel, but if you want to like dive into the subclasses and everything, that like based on my belief, then I think Michael is a seraphim. In fact, Michael is the supreme archangel. So after God created light and everything, as far as I can tell, I haven't done too much research on this. As far as I can tell, though, after God created light and everything, after he created light, and he might have already created heaven and earth. I'm not entirely sure. How far away is my hideout? I thought it was right here, but I'm also a cop, not a racer. Oh, it's right here. Michael was actually the first ever thing. Michael was actually the first ever thing that God. I'm struggling to both talk and play right now. Michael was actually the first ever thing besides light that God created. Like I said, He might have created Michael after He created the heavens and the earth. I'm not 100% sure about that part. Michael was one of the first ever things that God created besides light. I know that God created light before He created Michael. And Michael, not only was he one of the first things that God ever created, but he was also the first angel that God created. He's also called the Supreme Archangel. And he's the boss of pretty much all the other angels. I've completed my training. Let's play as a racer. Anyways, that's probably where I'm gonna end this video. So remember, if you liked what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing. It's free and it will majorly help me out. Think of it like a good deed, if you will. Anyways, until next time, goodbye.